He's been mocked by rival fans, even with memes labeled overrated by critics, and even dropped from the starting lineup. But Harry Maguire never backed down. Through every setback, he stood tall. This is more than just a football story. It's a journey of resilience, redemption, and relentless drive. From humble beginnings in Sheffield to wearing the captain's armband at Manchester United, this is the rise, fall, and fight back of Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire was born in Sheffield on March 5, 1993. From a young age, football wasn't only a hobby, it was woven into his family life. Weekend matches, muddy boots, and early mornings were part of the rhythm. He started playing for Brunsmere Athletic, a local grassroots club with a reputation for nurturing talent. Even among eager young players, Harry stood out. His physical presence gave him an edge, but it was his decision-making and composure that caught eyes. He didn't panic under pressure, didn't dive into tackles, and read the game with a calmness rare for his age. Coaches noticed, scouts noticed, and soon enough, Sheffield United welcomed him into their academy. At 18 years of age, he made his senior debut for the Blades in a championship match against Cardiff City. Coming on as a substitute, the challenge could have rattled most teenagers. But Maguire handled it with assurance. Not only did he hold his own, he was named the man of the match. That kind of debut leaves a mark. It told everyone watching that this young defender wasn't fazed by the step up, and more importantly, that he was ready for more. Maguire's development didn't stall after that strong start. Over the next 3 seasons at Sheffield United, he became a fixture in the lineup. 166 appearances, 12 goals. Not typical numbers for a center-back, but Maguire had a knack for making himself useful in both boxes. More than stats, it was how he carried himself. Always composed, rarely flustered, often organizing the backline. Fans saw him as a leader in the making. He earned the club's Player of the Year award 3 seasons in a row, a clear sign of how valued he had become. In 2014, his steady rise attracted the attention of Hull City. Manager Steve Bruce brought him in, recognizing potential. But at Hull, Maguire had to bide his time. Behind experienced defenders, his opportunities were limited at first. Rather than grow frustrated, he focused on learning, improving, staying ready. A loan to Wigan Athletics soon followed. The situation there was far from ideal. Another club in the thick of a relegation scrap. Still, Maguire showed resilience. He didn't let the circumstances define him. He gained valuable experience, sharpened his awareness, and came back to Hull more determined. That focus paid off. Maguire played a key role in Hull's promotion back to the Premier League. When the club returned to the top flight, he didn't look out of place. The pace was quicker, the margins thinner, but Maguire adapted. Positionally smart, strong in the air, confident on the ball, and bigger clubs were starting to take notice. Next up, how a move to Leicester City turned heads and set the stage for an even bolder step. By 2017, Harry Maguire's steady rise caught the eye of Leicester City. The Foxes had recently stunned the football world with a Premier League title, and they were building a side with long-term ambition. For £12 million, they secured Maguire's services, and he quickly justified the investment. In his first season, he didn't miss a single minute of league football. Week after week, Maguire showed consistency, defending with strength, carrying the ball forward with confidence, and reading the game with a calm assurance. He also proved a threat on set pieces, adding 5 goals that season, one of which came against Manchester United, a moment that would later echo in his career. His performances earned him Leicester's Player of the Season award, and more importantly, they earned him a call-up to the England national team. Gareth Southgate saw in Maguire a defender who could handle international pressure. By the summer of 2018, he was a key figure in England's World Cup squad. In the quarter-finals against Sweden, Maguire rose highest to head in his first international goal. It was a defining moment, not just for him, but for a nation rallying behind a team that reached the semifinals, their deepest run in nearly 3 decades. The momentum was building, and bigger challenges were on the horizon. Finally, in 2019, Manchester United made their move. They paid £80 million for Maguire, setting a new world record fee for a defender. It was a statement, one that came with weight and expectation. He debuted against Chelsea at Old Trafford. The result? A 4-0 win, with Maguire anchoring the backline. From the first whistle, he looked settled, commanding, and assured. His presence brought stability, and within 6 months, he was handed the captain's armband following Ashley Young's departure. As captain, Maguire stepped up. He scored a thunderous goal against Tranmere in the FA Cup, a towering header at Stamford Bridge, and a dramatic extra-time winner at Carrow Road against Norwich. As much as they were highlight moments, they also reflected a player willing to lead by example. Off the field, he became a central voice in the dressing room. On it, he was dependable, especially under pressure. When injury sidelined him during the 2021 Europa League final, his absence was deeply felt. Yet his leadership still lingered as teammates spoke of his impact throughout the campaign. In the following season, under both Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and interim manager Ralf Rangnick, Maguire featured in 37 matches across competitions. Through turbulence and transition, he remained a constant, fielding scrutiny, carrying expectation, and continuing to show up. But with every season at United, the spotlight grew harsher, and soon questions began to surface about his form, role, and direction. Harry Maguire's game isn't shaped by pace or flair. It's about control, reading the field, and making calculated decisions. While many defenders chase forwards, Maguire anticipates. His positioning cuts passing lanes, his awareness keeps him one step ahead, and his calm presence offers assurance under pressure. Standing at 6 feet 4 inches, he dominates in the air. Set pieces become less of a threat when he's in the box, and on the other end of the pitch, he's a regular aerial target. Corners and free kicks often find his head, adding a dimension to his role that goes beyond defending. There's also a fluidity to his play with the ball. Having spent time in central midfield during his early development, Maguire developed composure and possession. That history shows, whether it's driving forward with the ball, switching play, or slipping a pass through midfield lines, he brings calculated progression out of defense. Communication is another core trait. On the pitch, he talks constantly, organizing, instructing, and holding the line together. Teammates respond to that leadership. It's visible in the way the defensive unit moves as one when he's present. In a system that allows him to read, position, and guide, rather than chase, Maguire thrives. And now, with experience across domestic and international stages, those strengths are only sharpening. The next chapter of his career will depend on how those tools continue to evolve, especially as new challenges emerge. Harry Maguire's journey spans the full spectrum of English football, from the lower leagues to the world's biggest stages. He's played in League One stadiums, lifted trophies at Wembley, and led his country in major tournaments. Each level added something: resilience at Sheffield United, adaptability at Hull, responsibility at Leicester, and leadership at Manchester United. He's not avoided criticism. At times, his performances were questioned. The scrutiny, relentless. But through every headline and pundit soundbite, Maguire stayed on the pitch, doing the job. When many folded under pressure, he chose consistency. Whether wearing the armband or not, his commitment remained unchanged. For England, he's become a familiar figure. 2 World Cups, 1 European Championship final. His international track record reflects trust from successive managers. When it comes to tournament football, Maguire's name continues to appear on the team sheet for a reason. Now in his early 30s, Maguire stands at a career crossroads. Experience, ability, and leadership remain on his side. What comes next depends on form, fitness, and opportunity at both club and international level. But as long as he's fit, motivated, and trusted, don't count him out. The story has plenty of pages left, and with younger defenders rising and new systems emerging, Maguire's role in the future landscape of English football may look different, but no less significant. So what defines a great modern center back? Composure under pressure, physical strength when it matters, leadership that anchors a team. Harry Maguire brings all of that. And while debate will always follow a player of his profile, one thing stays undeniable. Every step he's taken to reach the top, he's worked for. What do you think of Harry Maguire's journey? How would you rate his impact at club and international level? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of football.